Imagine the people that you love, such as your parents, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, have been diagnosed with the same condition. You may be asking, what condition could I be talking about? I'm talking about depression. It may not seem like a serious condition to some, but for others, it's a terrible thing to go through. How you can control your feels inside is very important to your health. Helping one another whenever we see them act unusual or down is key to preventing depression. I could have this condition one day. I could be going through some type of depression right now. I know some members of my family have had depression as well. We've had to help one another and ourselves from suffering from this condition. Today we look at depression. First, we will examine the history of the condition. Second, the current prognosis, before finally looking at the future of this condition. The history through depression. According to Very Well Mind, the earliest moments of depression come from the way back in the second millennium BC. It was discussed as a spiritual rather than a physical condition. They believed that it was caused by demonic possession, as well as other mental illnesses, as well as dealt with a priest rather than a doctor. Fast forward to the 16th century, Robert Burton published a book where he outlined both social and psychological causes of depression like fear and loneliness. He also made recommendations to help with the condition like dieting, exercising, traveling, music therapy, and others. Now that we have explored a brief history of the condition, let's examine its current prognosis. Nowadays, we first introduced to the major depressive disorder, MMD, to the United States during the 1970s. Even though we understand more about this condition today than in the past, doctors and researchers are still working on learning from this cause and see how they help with their patients. Now people can be diagnosed with depression and disruption of sleep and eating, lack of energy and concentration, problem with self-image, and thoughts of suicide. Treatments are with clinical depression, but less than 50% of those worldwide with depression receive treatment. According to Healthline website published an estimate about 16.2 million adults in the US or 6.7 Americans have been at least one major depressive experience in a year. As you look at this slide of symptom depressions, we talk about now after the future of the condition. The big question now is what's next. Doctors and scientists working hard and taking the time to find tangible results and work with patients who have lived and experienced through different depression disorders. According to The Guardian, hopes for a new generation of treatments have been raised a new standard by recent discoveries of 44 gene variants that scientists believe raise the risk of depression. Even ways with helping depressing is to speak out about it and not keeping it hidden. Such as these celebrities, like the UK princes William and Harry, talk publicly about their issues. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoken about depression, and even singer Mariah Carey has talked about having bipolar disorders. A big step for people with depression starts out with them coming out and expressing how they feel. In conclusion, with today, as we talk about depression, we looked at the history of how depression was discovered, the current prognosis, before looking at the future of this condition. I encourage you to take some time to yourself, making sure that you're not stressing over anything or feeling down and empty. Also, help others that you may see having a bad day or just not being themselves. This condition can be treated with better treatment that will come soon in the future, and with others not avoiding to help each other. If you and your family are afflicted by this condition, you know more about it and you can do something about it. Thank you.